that know people. So eventually, for you to get a good job, for instance, you need to know someone that can speak or say something good about you when you are not there. You know, they said the best brand, or the best way to build your brand, is to know what people say about you when you're not in the room. So try to ensure that you network with everybody, and try to ensure that you keep your value as high as possible, so that you can always be referred to and maybe also be helped. Like, I know for a fact that if I need something as of right now, I can just make a post maybe on the WhatsApp group of my colleagues at work or in class, or maybe reach out to Samantha or a couple of other persons, and I'm sure I will get it as soon as I want it to. So, so that's one very key value with having support system around.
Yeah. Wow, I am so impressed, Raymond. Thank you very much for that. I hope you guys out there are actually learning, because I am learning so much from Raymond today. You know, I always tell people that we learn on a daily basis, and knowledge is always power. I just wanted to ask Ray, do you think joining a church, yeah, or getting into, let's say, helping out in church by singing or cleaning the church, or indulging into a particular sport, could that also be one of the way of building or actually maintaining a support system?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It just depends on what you do in the long run, what you do in the long run with the process. So being a member of a church, definitely there'll be people in that church as well, which would want to network with you, you know, get to know you if it's a genuine place as well. Because not all churches are, you know, but I mean, disclaimer, I'm a Christian, I love Jesus. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. So, but however, when you're part of a church and you're a worker, have limits as well, and also make sure that you connect with the right set of people in the church. And also you said something about joining a group, right? Yeah, so joining a group or a sports group as well, that's certainly fine. It's part of what I meant by maybe professional network. If you're a professional footballer, like for me, I play the piano, I'm a professional pianist. Yeah, I'm still trying to find my sport, you know, in connecting with a good music group, or maybe connecting with a group of people who are not really in a group, but they just love music as well, so that we can build something beautiful for the city of Lati and for Finland eventually. So I'm still working on that. But notwithstanding, make sure you connect with a place where you are, your heart, you have your heart to it, because at the end of the day, it will more or less be like fun to always be with them than work. Because there's a difference between having a job and a career. A job is what you do, something you do that you don't like, but you get paid. While a career is something you do, you love it, and you get paid while doing it as well. So make sure you make your choice right when you're trying to join support groups or professional networks as well.
In other words, Barry is trying to tell us that we should always find the niche, or try to find something that we really love. Absolutely. And then involve yourself into that, because when you do, you will actually not regret, or you will not feel left out, or feel like you are actually wasting your time. So yeah, for me, I think it's actually, do I have any support group?
You should tell us. Do you have a support group?
No. Remember, Ray, I told you you are my guest. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You are not, you're not allowed to ask me questions.
Sure.
Yeah, but back to Facebook. To all our viewers out there, we have a message coming in from Nagolola Janat Yahaya. She says, thanks so much for the session. And we here at Euroforum Uganda would like to say that we are more than pleased to have you on the show today. Thank you for watching. And now, as we sum up, Raymond, I would like to know, is there a time when you actually feel like we are now getting, we're going beyond our limits? And by this, I mean that when I join a support group, that I would like to spend some time, I want to grow, or maybe I want to meet people. When is that time that I should actually throw in the towel and say that, you know what, I think this is now too much. I cannot take this anymore, because of the fact that you feel you're being taken for granted by some people that are there. A case in point could be, for example, if I'm a church member and I would like to help out, and I'm part of the church in a way that I ferry people every morning
to church
and back, back home. And then you tend to realize that these guys are actually just doing that because they're taking advantage of you, and you feel like you're not benefiting anything from them. When is the time that somebody should actually think through and say that I think this is not the right group for me?
Okay, so
like what are the determinants?
To start with, if you are doing it because you want to do it, then and if you're doing it without it affecting any important part of your life, then I think there will be no point where you get to, be like you're being choked now, since you're not benefiting anything and you feel like you're being used or abused somewhat in context. However, like I'd always say, you should join something that you are best at, something that you love doing, so that when that time comes, because it's only your passion that will keep you going when you get to that point of weariness or being tired or feeling like you're being used, or but if your passion is there, then definitely you will not get weary. But if you don't have the passion for it, and of course there are people who would always use people, that's normal, but then that's where your passion is supposed to help you, to decipher, like, okay, should I keep on doing this, or the real question will be, what made you start doing it in the first place? Why did you start doing it? So if you can answer that question, then you will be able to understand that this is for the greater good. I'm doing this for the greater good, not for my benefit. Now I have a car and I can ferry these people back to church. I mean, ferry them to church and back from church. The church doesn't give me money for my fuel, but I'm happy that I'm able to bring people to hear the word of God. And I'm happy I'm able to take them back with ease, without stress. So that gives you that level of satisfaction. But the minute you, let's say for instance, you were contacted by a member of the church and the person tells you that you have a car and the church would like you to help people, but it's not going to be free because we know you're going to be spending money on gas to go to these extra places which you shouldn't go to on a normal day. And then after 4, 5, or 10 occasions, you did not even get a dime from the church, right? They approached you initially, but you didn't get a dime from the church. You've done this for all this while, but you didn't get a dime from the church to, to maintain the support they claimed they were going to give you while you support the mission rather of the church, right? Then that's where you can start to draw the line and say, hey, initially I was doing this because you said you were going to do this. I've done my part and you are yet to do your part. Right? So if you pull the plug at that time, then I don't think God will be pleased with you, because then you've tried your best for this period of time, and then just God is just like, I mean, it's just like when God says, if you don't do this, you would get this, and if you do this, you would get this.
Does God actually say that? Yeah, if you don't do this, you won't get this.
We have the laws, right? There are laws in the religion, but I wouldn't say law. The greatest commandment, the word is commandment. We have some commandments, right? Now, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not steal. Those are commandments. Now, because if you do it, then there is a consequence. So that's what I mean. Now, someone tells you that if you help people to church and back, I would give you this amount of money to suffice your fuel cost and the likes. And then the person doesn't show up because the person feels it's a church and you should help the mission. You should do it voluntarily. Whereas the person who is advising you to, or the person who approached you, is getting some financial benefit as well. Like most of these pastors get paid. Now this is not an attack on pastors, by the way, right? So so at the end of the day, I feel if you cannot do it from your heart without feeling pressured in any way, then definitely it's fine, you can keep doing it. But if you are going to be dipping deep into your own pocket to be able to go as far as helping people for the purpose of the church, and it's going to affect you in some manner, then it's fine to just drop it off.
So in other words, what you're trying to say is we can do it for as long as we feel we're okay doing it. Whenever we get to that point where we feel that it's now getting onto us, we just pull out the plug. Okay, yes, that's loud and clear. Understood. Thank you very much for that clarification.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I've been there before, so I totally understand.
Yes, and I know where you're coming from.
Oh, great.
Yes,
great.
I know where you're coming from. We have comments here from someone saying that our show is super good.
Oh, thank you very much.
So the viewers really love you. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, and thank you to your firm as well for having me.
Yes. As we summarize, we are just getting almost to the end of our show. I just wanted us to go through some tips. Would you actually summarize for our viewers out there, bits of how we could create support systems, and then later on we could summarize how to maintain the support system.
Good. If you want to creating, now you mean the person starting their own support system, or
the person trying to
blend into
oh,
great. Yeah. So to blend in, there are various type of support system, like I initially highlighted earlier. There's the community one, which you can engage with local groups in the community just close to you, where you don't have to travel too far. There's a social network as well that involves like technology aided devices, or things like Facebook and Instagram and the likes. You can join groups there. Does TikTok really give you a group?
TikTok is entertaining.
I mean, apart from the entertainment, I agree with that. You can also join cultural events, where your culture is being upholded, or like, for example, the Ugandans as well, or I just want to mention Ugandans because it's Uganda Forum, but other nationality as well, the Kenyans, Nigerians as well, whatever. You can join cultural events as well, where you can meet people and also improve and build your own connections. You can also join language exchange programs where you can meet with people who are trying to learn the same language with you. Like, for instance, this is Finland. She's from Uganda and she's from Mogisu, right?
I'm from Bale.
Sorry, Bale, but you speak Mogisu.
I speak Lugisu.
Oh, Lugisu, not Mogisu. I'm so sorry.
And I'm a Mogisu. Yes, Mogisu. I speak Mogisu.
Fine. Yeah, but to speak to survive in Finland, we have a common language called Suomi, which is Finnish language, right? So we both have to learn that language to be able to stay here comfortably and blend into the system, right? So you can join language exchange programs as well and meet people who are trying to achieve the same goal as you are. And then there are professional networks that could be career related or maybe academic related, but these are basically professional, and it has to be to be in line with your own field, something that you are passionate about, or something that you have the experience for, like for instance the nursing field or the healthcare field, or maybe the IT sector as well, the business sector, whatever the case may be, but it has to be something that you have. And then there are also mentorship, where you can either be a mentor to somebody who wants to experience life in your own way, or wants to see life through your own lens, or you can be a mentee or someone who can mentor you in that context, where you look up to the person.
Like I'm Ray's mentor, but it has to Finnish language.
I agree.
I'm your Finnish teacher, right?
Yeah, my Finnish teacher and mentor. Okay. And then you can join online forum as well, just like this. This is one way to blend in, like it's Euroforum Uganda. So you can join in here as well and get to network with people who are abroad, either in Europe, or those who are in Uganda looking to leave Uganda for some reasons, or who have family members out in Europe or in the diaspora, and they might want to connect them to us who are out here as well for maybe basic networking or just for help and whatnot. So all of these are phases at which you can create or join an existing support group to be able to help you settle in, and also to maintain that settlement, because settling in a country is not enough. You have to keep the pace going, because you're not going to be there for a short time, you're going to be there for a long time. So eventually you have to keep maintaining that system through quality addition to the system, bringing in
something to the table.
Bringing your own unique selling points, your own value proposition. Try to make sure you add value at every point in time. If you're in a group and there is something that's about to happen, let's say you guys are preparing for a program or preparing for an outreach, try to ensure that you participate in everything that you can lay your hands upon, not because you want to be the hard worker, but because you just want to show your own worth. Because at the end of the day, when people are in a private room and you're not there and your name comes up, because of your actions, they will be able to speak well of you. They'll be able to recommend you and say, yes, I can trust this person to do this, and I can trust this person to do that. So in other words, being an active member of a support system or support group has its own benefits.
All right, there we go. You heard it loud and clear from Raymond. He was very eloquent and very articulate and very clear on everything he said. And now, as we close, I just wanted to find out from you, what is your opinion on getting friends with benefits? Because, much as we've said that we need support systems in the diaspora, could I be out there and say that, for the single people out there or the unmarried couples, just would it be right for them to actually get some friends with benefits? Well, that would be a topic for another day. Please go ahead.
I plead the fifth on that. It can be a topic for another day, but notwithstanding, for friends with benefit, that's a whole new dimension of its own. However, it depends on what you hope to achieve from it and what you're benefiting from it, right? I know when the topic comes friend with benefit, people mostly think of the sexual part of the benefit, but there are a lot of other benefits as well. Like, for instance, I have friends with benefit relationship with Samantha. What I benefit from her is
please be clear on that.
Finnish language. I'll tell you.
Samantha is a married woman and Draymond is a married
What I benefit from her is my Finnish language, Finnish language skills, because I find it easier to learn from her because she's not a native Finn, compared to learning from my teacher in school who is native Finn, who would not relate to my struggles, right? So basically, she helps me out in that aspect as well. And so far, she knows I always give feedback. I've been excelling perfectly in my Finnish language
Tell
skills.
them how you got 5. 5 is excellent. Very good.
5 in Finland means you got about 90, between 90 to 100. 90 to 100. So in both Finnish exams that Samantha has helped me prepare for, I got about 90 to 100 in both of them. So that's a positive
guys,
benefit.
you heard it. You heard it. Yeah. All of you guys that are intending to come to Finland, where we are right now, just get in touch with Samantha. She's the guru in that, and she will help you learn the Finnish language.
So one last thing anyway, remember maintaining a support system involves active communication, that's your part, and also the part of the other members, empathy, and also a willingness to reciprocate help and support when needed. So you should not always be on the receiving end. Get ready to be on the giving end as well. That's what makes it a complete system.
Good. Very, very good. Thank you very, very much, Ray. I cannot thank you enough. But before I actually go ahead into thanking you, I just want to read some comments that came in here. We have one from Heinrich Mukwaya, who says, let's consider redesigning our minds to encompass all aspects of life in the diaspora. Thank you very much for that comment. We'll look into it and strive at coming back to Euroforum and probably probably talking about that as well. And then Smoggy John Remy says, thanks for the show, and the guests should come back in another encounter. Raymond, people need you back. Guys, you need to talk to me nicely. Smoggy is one of the co-hosts on Euroforum Uganda. And then Sweetie Baby, as usual, has tagged a lot of friends here. Sweetie Baby, I just want to say today you are a bit late because we are wrapping up the show and we are almost done. But before we do that, I just want to say that remember to create your friends or create your support systems and always try to maintain them by always being better. Try to bring something to the table. Value the friendship that you have or value the support systems that you have. And when you do that, you will be able to maintain them, just like Ray said. So in conclusion, allow me request you to give any final remarks.
Closing remarks. Right. So we have talked so far about support system and how it is important to have one and maintain when you have one, right? And that also goes down to talking about how to keep on maintaining it in the long run, and also possibly helping as much people as you can, because for me, giving is better than receiving. even though they both work hand in hand, because for you to give, you have to open your hands, but the position is going to be up. And for you to receive, your hands has to be open as well, but the position has to be a bit lower, right? I always like to be on the upper side of life. And the comment that said we should consider all aspects of life.
Life in the diaspora.
Yeah, in diaspora. That's totally right as well. I mean, the diaspora could be a very big bubble if we are to consider what it is in context, right? But we're only going to be able to dive into the little aspect of the diaspora that we know of so far, or we have expert knowledge about, so that we can be able to deliver value to our listeners as well. But thank you very much for the comment. I love it. And I also love my time here at the show. It was very educative, it was profound, it was interesting, and I would love to be back as well to the show. And thank you very much, Samantha. Thank you very much, Hero Forum. Moses, that's his name. Thank you very much for having me here.
Okay. Thank you very much, Bray. Before we go, or before we close, I would like to send shout out to Euroforum team. That is Moses Mugisha all the way from Norway. And then we have Smoggy John Remy in Denmark. There's Dorian Nasali in Sweden. Not forgetting the lettuce lady on the block, Janat Nagolola, all the way from Uganda. And then Gibson Omuhumuza, also from Uganda. Sorry, I say Mios. Mios is also. Yeah, this is so crazy. Sometimes I'm speaking English and I mix, Finnish, but, excuse me for that. For those of you that do not know, Janat is the CEO of Mind Your Child, who work with coach parenting. So any of you that is out there and you need her services, please feel free to contact her. She's in Uganda and is the CEO of Your Child that work with coach parenting. We've gotten some messages here as well from Facebook. It says Luganda, please. Well, today was an English show. We'll have a Luganda one coming up soon. But for now, this was an English one. And then greetings, team, you're from Uganda. Bruno Suona, thank you very much. We send a shout out to you as well. And he says, we are proud of you. Thank you very much. Moses Mugisha says, thank you so much, Samantha and Raymond, for this amazing nuggets of knowledge and inspiration. We thank you all. For Euroforum Uganda, I've been Samantha L. from Finland, your host today. And until next time, please tune in and stay blessed. May God bless you all and be good.
Thank you.
Bye.